So at every level, fear is stored in the Mooladhara chakra, and then negative, all the emotions are stored in the Anahata. So as the energy rises, what you are saying is, even all the chakras also become empty?
No. See,
what will they be filled with?
See these chakras, they are shown as a lotus. Lotus bud pointing downwards. Okay? Lotus bud flowering upwards. You can imagine, lotus bud is not bloomed, showing downwards, and lotus bud which is opened up and flowering. They are two different. So when all energies, our energies are going from sense organ to the world, outer world, the lotus bud is like this. It's not bloomed. When the energy moves upwards, the lotus will bloom. The chakras will bloom. Emotions themselves are neither negative nor positive. Emotions themselves are divine. Anger, fear, jealousy, hatred, all are divine. But what happens is, because of ignorance, instead of proper action, reaction happens in our body. Fear is required in life. Fear is divine mother's fear is required. Otherwise you can't survive. Okay, fear is required. Now what happens, will become mind will start making stories. Fear becomes excessive fear. Excessive fear is called panic. Excessive fear is called anxiety. So emotional reaction happens. Fear is required. Anger is required in life. Okay? They're all part of natural process. They're all Jagannatha. But problem what happen when something becomes excess in the either say positive side or negative side. In the positive side it becomes excess called Devata. In the negative side it becomes excess, it becomes Asura. Okay? So what happens is constantly we are bombarded with wrong thoughts, wrong information, then fear, anxiety start accumulating in the body. Okay? Now the accumulation is not a problem. What happens is that any emotion, it has to be a complete cycle. Okay? Emotion is energy in motion. Right? Why energy is in motion? I have to do some action. Emotion is energy in motion. It has to result in action. That's called emotion. Now, many times we can't do action. We stop the action. Now, energy is generated. Okay? Action cannot happen. Or wrong action happens. Then what happens? Energy gets blocked. You get choked. That choking happens at various chakras. It's like jamming. Okay? Now, that gets released when the Kundalini awakens. This jamming points. The blocked energy starts getting released. That's where tears will come. That's where cry will come. That's where shouting will happen. That's where body will move in different postures. That's where many asanas may happen. The freedom will happen. Then energy starts rising upwards. The lotus which is pointed downwards, but which is there, which will open up. And when open up, Devata, divine quality starts manifesting. Devata Shakti. Depending on which Devata, whichever Devata. Okay? So what happens is the energy blockage happens because you are not able to experience the emotions fully. Because you are not aware. So let's say I'm saying, somebody shouts at you. You get anger. Anger is a emotion which is rising in you. Okay? It's a energy. Energy in motion is anger. Now the anger is for action. Now you can't take an action because of whatever reason. Then energy gets stuck. Energy is rising. Energy has raised. But it's not able to move. Understand? You don't have a way of releasing it. It gets blocked. It gets choked. Understand? So now what happens? The choked energy will be removed. So now what will you do? Normally, we get emotion, then we'll start going and sharing with my friend or something. But they are also disturbed. So now your emotion doesn't get released. It's added up. In one problem, you may get two problems. So the energy gets choked up in your life. It gets blocked. Imagine some movement is there, some pipe gets choked. Blocked. Okay. So then what will happen? Your emotions are blocks are there. And how will you release the emotion blocks? If emotion becomes repeated, a same emotion it becomes a mood. Mood changes. Emotion is for short time, mood is for a longer time. Mood changes.
And it becomes a habit.
And it becomes a habit. It becomes continuous nature. Then you are stuck. You cannot come out. and the energy is continuously flowing downwards now, outwards. Okay? It cannot flow upwards. It cannot release these blocks. And only divine grace can release these blocks and just to flow upwards. Others you can go to psychiatrist. Mood change you can go to psychiatrist. Mood change becomes longer, then mental imbalance. Mind becomes imbalanced. And when going mind becomes, you go to psychiatrist. That's also possible. But what they can't remove these blocks. They'll give some medicine to block your disturbance. But basic problem is not solved. Basic problem is the energy has got blocked at chakra, clogged at chakra level. That has to be released. How will you do that? Only prana can release it. Prana is Shakti. Now prana is also always moving downwards. That has to reverse. And when you feel the vibration sahasrara, vibration Atma, prana started moving upwards. No, fully energy is not released because the pranic energy which is moving upwards is called kundalini. So now the kundalini can be a 360 degree. Out of that some energy started moving upwards. It is finding a path. And when it starts finding the full path, it is blessed. The full path will happen only when you surrender to the environment. And we don't surrender. We are holding on. That's why full energy cannot flow. Surrender happens to service. Surrender happens to the master. Service. Seva. Then energy will start blooming. It will blast all the energy, all the blocks. Did you get the answer?
Yeah. So initially, the emotion and the feelings are we have to be aware of the emotions.
Yeah.
Then there is a possibility of action. Sometimes there is no action possible.
Correct.
If there is a possibility of action and there is a positive action, the energy flows up.
Correct.
Because of the awareness plus positive action.
Positive. Don't ask it positive action, right action.
No,
because
right
there's no
action.
positive or negative.
So
Everything in
right
life is
action-
only.
So right action is something which again does not get stored in the form of a fear or something.
Yes.
So that is a right action.
Yes. Right action, your energy blockage, your energy doesn't get stored. It gets
So
released.
in case there is no possibility of an action,
Yes.
again the energy gets stored there and gets blocked, and again it creates a habit and patterns
Right.
in life.
Yes. That's what happens to you. So now what I'm giving a tool for you. Okay? When you get anger, fear, or emotions, I have given a tool. It's called Swadhyaya Diary. Once you're writing Swadhyaya Diary, you'll become aware of the emotions. You become aware of the feelings. Once you start becoming aware of the emotions, feelings, that energy doesn't get blocked. Then gradually, you start becoming aware and right action will happen. Swadhyaya Diary is very important. Okay? It's very important. So once you do start doing Swadhyaya Diary, your emotional blocks start coming down. Now earlier what was there is there. Earlier what is there? Then you do selfless service. Jagaditaya. Then what will happen? Jagaditaya, surrender. Okay? To the Divine Mother, to the Master. So then what will happen? Energy has a possibility to start upward movement. And when it starts upward movement, other previous stored impressions get stored. This is the meaning of karma getting burnt.
All the past life impressions and this life impressions are
Everything goes.
burned because of this
Yeah, and ultimately they are stored as
right action.
energy blocks, energy patterns.
Right is Shiva, action is
Shakti. Right is Shiva and action is Shakti. There's no positive and negative. Right and action. Right action, Shiva Shakti. Shiva Shakti. Shiva Shakti.